Good evening, StreamYard and YouTube fans. This is Philip Reynolds. I have an update on my City League bowling. Um, I created the teams. What I did is I took the cards, the average cards, and there's like, hey, good to see you, Chris. I'm giving a update on my City League bowling. I took the average cards, put them into 6 piles. I rolled for my players' averages, and that's what the cards are. I put the sticky note on the back as to who the player is, and I was going to give you a rundown of the teams, who the uh, leader of the team is, and that's the first player. And the first game is the Riders versus the Team Sanctified, and for the Riders, you have Mrs. Frankenstein herself, Mary Shelley, as the team captain, and her average is a 141. You have David Baldacci at a 216. You have Agatha Christie with a 224. You have Edgar Allan Poe with a 164. And James Patterson has a 193. Team Sanctified, I'm just using the first player's first name. I'm not going to give last names on this. And everyone on this team, there's no way they touch a bowling ball in their life. Just they're just that into God and stuff. They would never touch a bowling ball in their life. The leader of the team is Kim. She has a 177. Mike has a 207. Tom, my pastor, has a 173. Doc, who is a Facebook friend of mine, has a 152. And Teray, my pastor's wife, has a 175. Based on what I could tell, and I'm figuring 200s and 190s and 180s, I'm picking the Riders to win this one. The second game will be the family team versus the Community Family Church Friends. The leader of the team is my brother Eddie. I will be bowling second. Eddie has a 215 average. I have a 133 average. My daughter Sarah, she will bowl third. She has a 182. Teresa, my sister, has a 223, and Bubba, my dad, has a 144. With the Community Family Church Friends, Joseph, and if you knew Joe, he is never a leader and he's never on time. He's always late for things, but he is the captain of this team, and he has a 149. Faye is 183. Fred has a 157. Jenny has a 160, and her husband, Chad, has a 186. And I give this one to the family because you have two players in the 200s, and my daughter has a 180, so that beats like two players in the 180s. And those two games are on the B&B Riverboats 1. In Group 2 and on B&B Riverboats 2, probably the second week that I do this. The first game will be the athletes versus my BSU friends, and those were college friends. You have for the athletes, for the leader, you have Barry Larkin. He has a 229 average. Mia Hamm has a 190 average. Michael Jordan has a 222. Simone Biles has a 228, and Tom Brady has a 184. My BSU friends, Rick has a 227. Luther has a 145. Juliana has a 180. Alan has a 195. And Sherry has a 225. This one's really close, but because you have pretty much everybody in the 220 in the 200 to 180, I give this one by a small margin to the athletes. The last game on the B&B Riverboats 2 is the YouTube creators versus my Celebrate Recovery team. And Al, Red Sox fan, he got the leadership role of the YouTube creators. He has a 180 average. Rob has a 179. His wife Darla has a 181. Bobby Catalano, the Tampa Bay Rays fan, has a 200. And Chris Stratt, Delaware. Yes, Chris, you made the team. You have a 192 average. And the last team to is the Celebrate Recovery team. And the leader of that is Beverly. John, the leader of Celebrate Recovery, has a 176. Steve has a 167. Roger has a 169. And Terry, John's wife, has a 219. And because you have a lot of 200 to various, I gave this one to the YouTube creators. And most of your Celebrate Recovery is in the 165 to 176. You only have one bowler in the 219 level. So I'm giving the last game to the YouTube creators. And we will actually see when we bowl this whether I'm correct or not. Chris says, I have never seen. Let's see what he says. He says, I have never seen 192, maybe 152 once. I rock a no form 120 average. I wait for. Well, don't feel too bad. My card was about a 133, and that's when I bowled in high school and stuff. That's about what I averaged, about a 135, 133. So that was pretty right on for me. But this is the B&B Serpentine Wall Invitational. Round one is basically it's going to be on the Cincinnati River. You have two B&B riverboats. And basically the B&B Riverboat 1 will be the first week. Your B&B Riverboat 2 will be second week. And then weeks 3 and 4 will be the second round. And that, my friends, I have decided will be in Pittsburgh. And what I am basically, instead of going down, we'll go up first. We'll go to Pittsburgh. And the highest seed will play the lowest seed. And we'll keep the same average cards, but the high seed will play the lowest seed. And then for the finale will be in Louisiana. Basically, that will be at pretty much at the Superdome type thing, and uh, play it play it on the Delta Queen paddles. Well, on the B&B river boats, basically what I'm doing is the top deck of the B&B river boats has been converted to a 2-lane bowling alley, and the riders will be basically on lane 1, and the Team Sanctified will be on lane 2. And it's the best 2 of 3, but single elimination. So if, say, the riders win the first game, then Team Sanctified will go first in round 2. Basically, the loser of the first game goes first the second game. Cutter balls go in the Ohio. uh, yeah, that would be interesting. But I plan on possibly hopefully doing the first round of at least week 1 of the B&B Riverboat 1. So I plan on doing first 2 games by the time Labor Day is over, hopefully. Um, and So it'll be my very first bowling using play.com. Should be interesting, and we'll see how my predictions go. You just never know. It's even though you have everybody with different average and stuff, it all depends on the roll of dice, of course. But I have played one game, and the I played it offline, and it I took 2 of your pros basically, and they pretty much bowled around or a little bit higher than their average. So it's possible that, say, like James Patterson, who has a 193, he could get a 213, 215. But I don't see him doing more than like 20 points past their average. But we'll see. You never know. Um, and that's pretty much all I have for you tonight. I shouldn't say game, but my Preyz Sports Video 60 will be my next, and that will be the first round of my B&B Serpentine Wall Invitational. And if you like what you see, please subscribe. Please turn on notifications so you'll know when I come on. And I did see your Stratomatic Braves and Reds, and it was a good game, Chris. I'll say that, but didn't I didn't like the final outcome. But you know me, I'm a Reds fan. When the Reds lose, I don't like it too much. But I would like to see the 1940 Reds go up against somebody. Uh, uh, so, and I'm kind of wondering how your women's league is shaping up. Whether you don't have don't have 1940. Oh, jeez. I wonder if have you come up with like 10 or 12 of your women's teams yet? That would be interesting. I also need to finish cutting my pine tar baseball Oh, Strat doesn't have 1940? That's horrible. Jeez, that is horrible because that's the 1940 team is one of the Reds World Series teams. That's horrible. Have to get on Strat for that. So, well, you all take care. This is Philip Reynolds. We will have bowling sometime during Labor Day weekend, and check out Chris's stuff. He's always got good Strat stuff. He's got good anything. I like his tutorials. It doesn't matter whether it's Stratomatic or Pine Tar Baseball or APA or whatever. Chris always seems to do well when it comes to tutorials and stuff. Um, check out one of my favorite guys, RJL 518. I was not very happy that everybody chose 1981 for the next season. I myself would have liked to have try to see Roger Maris get the 61 home runs 2 years early, but hey, people didn't didn't decide what I wanted, so and it's you got to go with what the fans choose. So I understand that, RJL. So it's not your fault. I'll just have to blame you know Steeler fan, and I'll have to blame Salvador America and stuff like that. So until next time, guys, I hope all the rolls are your way. Take care.